The first 30 seconds of this video promise a fast, dangerous, and strangely hilarious descent into the mind of the Joker, revealing how Gotham came terrifyingly close to ending multiple times, not because of alien invasions or world-ending lasers, but because of perfectly timed jokes, psychological traps, social manipulation, and plans so absurd that they somehow worked. As we tease the most brilliant schemes, the near-apocalypses no one talks about, and the uncomfortable truth that Gotham survived more by luck than heroism. So stay until the end, because the final plan proves that Joker may understand Gotham better than Batman ever did. Gotham City has been destroyed more times in fan theories than Bruce Wayne has replaced Batmobile. Yet what makes the Joker different from every other villain is that his greatest plans never relied on raw power, armies, or godlike abilities, but instead on an intimate understanding of fear, routine, ego, and the city's talent for betraying itself the moment things get uncomfortable. Which is why his master plans were often only one bad decision away from permanently ending Gotham as a functioning society. The Joker never wanted Gotham to explode because explosions are temporary, loud, and ultimately fixable, whereas his true ambition was always far more unsettling because he wanted Gotham to rot, laugh while doing it, and then thank him for revealing the truth, which is why so many of his schemes almost worked, not despite their insanity, but because of it. One of the most dangerous elements of the Joker's planning style is how he weaponizes predictability, since Gotham relies heavily on patterns like police response times, media sensationalism, political panic, and Batman's moral code, and the Joker treats all of these not as obstacles but as tools, bending them into elaborate games where every choice leads to damage. Regardless of the outcome, some of his most devastating plans were built around the idea that Gotham's citizens would always choose fear over logic, outrage over patience, and spectacle over solutions, which is why the Joker often doesn't need to pull the trigger himself, because Gotham is more than willing to do it for him once he provides the right push and a disturbing punchline. What makes these plans darkly funny is that many of them start with something laughably small, like a poisoned smile, a rigged TV broadcast, or a single manipulated rumor, yet escalate into citywide chaos because the Joker understands that panic spreads faster than truth and that Gotham's institutions crumble the moment they are forced to choose between ethics and survival. The Joker's obsession with testing Batman is not about defeating him physically, but about proving that even Gotham's greatest protector is trapped inside rules that can be exploited, diluted, and twisted, and nearly every master plan that almost ended Gotham was built around forcing Batman into moral gridlock while the city burned slowly in the background. One of the most unsettling aspects of the Joker's near successes is how often they relied on Gotham's elites because corrupt officials, desperate politicians, and image-obsessed corporations repeatedly became unwilling accomplices in Joker plots simply by trying to save face, protect assets, or avoid public embarrassment, turning Gotham's leadership into the most reliable weak point in the city. The Joker also understands media better than most heroes, which is why many of his plans nearly collapsed Gotham socially rather than structurally, as he exploits live broadcasts, viral panic, misinformation, and performative outrage to turn the population against itself, creating a city too busy screaming to notice that the real threat is not a bomb, but a narrative. What truly separates the Joker from other villains is that his plans rarely fail because they are flawed, but because Batman intervenes at the last possible second, often after irreversible damage has already been done. Which means Gotham technically survives while losing pieces of itself each time, becoming more paranoid, more violent, and more willing to accept extreme solutions. There is a dark comedy in the fact that the Joker's plans are often so over the top that Gotham underestimates them, assuming no one would actually do something so ridiculous, which allows his schemes to progress far beyond what would be possible for a more serious villain, proving that absurdity is one of his most effective disguises. The Joker's long-term strategy is not about a single victory, but about erosion, because every plan that almost ends Gotham leaves scars in the form of broken trust, increased surveillance, harsher laws, and a population slowly accepting that cruelty is normal. And from the Joker's perspective, that is already a win. What makes this terrifying is that Gotham's survival often depends on Batman breaking his own limits without crossing his one final line, meaning this Joker's greatest weapon is not violence, but patience, waiting for the moment when Gotham's protector hesitates just long enough for chaos to spread beyond control. The funniest and scariest part of all is that many Joker plans are technically preventable. Yet Gotham repeatedly fails to learn from previous disasters, allowing the same psychological traps to work again and again. As if the city itself is addicted to chaos and secretly curious to see how far things can go before everything collapses. When you look at these master plans collectively, a disturbing pattern emerges because Gotham is not constantly surviving the Joker due to strength or unity, but because of coincidence, intervention, and sheer narrative mercy, which suggests that the Joker's greatest joke might be that Gotham has always been one bad day away from ending itself. The Joker does not need to win forever because every near-apocalypse proves his philosophy a little more turning. Gotham into a city that fears laughter, doubts heroes, and quietly wonders whether sanity was ever real in the first place, making his so-called failures look suspiciously like long-term success. In the end, the Joker-esque master plans that almost ended Gotham reveal a villain who won a throne, an empire, or even victory in the traditional sense, but once proved that order is fragile, morality is optional under pressure, and that the difference between hero and monster is often just timing and perspective. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Joker's most dangerous schemes and want more twisted comic theories, hidden lore, and unsettling what-if scenarios, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment with a plan that disturbed you the most, and share this video with another fan who knows that Gotham's greatest enemy has always been itself.